Yeah, the first time it comes up, it always looks like it's cut off. And I'm like, oh, it's not cut off.
Yeah, it's some little funky thing I have not figured out. Like with the slides, if I turn it, it'll disappear, but then I'll need help supporting getting the participants in because every time I move it,
Yeah,
it comes back. But
yeah,
I think on the screen when the participants are watching on Facebook
yeah.
and they see the whole thing.
Right. Because when I watched it, I see it. So it's just my heart going, why is it cut off? It wasn't cut off when I proofed it.
No, no, just that Murphy's Law
Mm.
messing with us. All right, I'm going on mute.
And good morning. Good morning, my Facebook family. It is Dionne, the Chief Joy Connector. So excited to be here with you this morning. We're just getting started. We're not going to be here as long as we normally are, but you should get ready. It'll be helpful if you have something to write with. Of course, have your water. What else might you need? Ah, hey, Sister Avimbola. I'm probably going to see you on Friday for the movies.
Oh, peace and blessings, my sister.
Peace,
Yes,
peace.
yes, you'll see me.
Okay.
That's a-
Hey, Joanne. Hey, Adam. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Don't forget to tell your friends to come and join us. Who doesn't want a little more joy in their life? Wait a minute, Adam. I don't see a gym. What? I don't even know if this is the right person. I'm somebody done stole Adam's phone. I am excellent. Happy to see you. Happy to be alive. You know, there's so much happening in the world and acknowledging I am happy to be alive today. Oh, from Savannah, Georgia. Welcome, Joanne. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you before. Aquaba, welcome. Hey, it's my sister Abena. She doesn't have her sounds on yet. I'll say that again. All right. Hey, Gina. Let's see. I'm watching the names pop in. I like seeing the names pop in. You know what? I like the big groups, but I also like the intimate groups. There we go. Abena. Mahunta saying Abena.
Me hoye now sway.
Oh, Friday night's movie night. Hey, Cheryl. Desiree. I love seeing a Dr. Kennebrew. Hey, Dr. Kennebrew. You know what? I'm saying hi to y'all so fast, sometimes you might not even be able to hear me yet. I'm happy to have you all here. I'm excited. Good morning, Grand Rising, great day. In Kenya, it's sasa, you know. It's really sawa sawa, but sasa, all the different ways we say things. How are all of you? Throw in the chat, you know, one word for how you are today. Give me a word for how you're feeling. You can do that too, Facebook. I know where one person is hailing from Georgia. So if I had to type in the chat, I'd say happy and Washington Heights from New York City. Hey, Jacqueline.
Good morning.
Ah, nice. Ah, I like this coming in. Blessed, joyful, blissful.
All right, Dionne, there goes that Murphy.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
I am so happy to see all of you today, whether you're joining me from Facebook or you're here with me on Zoom. Aquaba, welcome. It is Monday. My name is Dionne. I am the Chief Joy Connector, self-donned. When I started my company, Joyous Ocean, I didn't want to be the CEO and the president. I said, I connect people to joy. That is my superpower, and Chief Joy Connector is where that came from. I'm also a new author. I know some of you have not met me before. I will be back next week, but today we're focusing on joy and pathways to joy. I will definitely ask that anyone that is not speaking, I would love it if you kept yourself on mute so there's no background noise while I'm speaking. And if you don't have water or a notepad or a phone or something next to you that you can write on, please grab it. So one of the challenges I figured I would share with you, because as I was speaking with someone as we set up, I'm going to ask my admin team to join in to mute everyone. If you hear the background noise, because I keep hearing someone. One of the things that I noticed that happened for me, and if you did just join, you can drop in the chat, what is your mood for today, as well as where you're hailing from. So some people had already joined and typed that in the chat, so you may see that in there or you may not. So I am Dionne, I am happy, I am in New York City and Washington Heights. So we're talking about pathways to joy because all of us have lived through some things, right? You can type something in the chat, say yes. Even when I'm speaking, if you're not speaking, please engage in the chat and I will engage with you. There was a period in my life, so many of you have seen me speak on here for well over a year, since it's day 532, and I was not always happy. I was not always comfortable in my skin. It was not always in my body. We have built a community here virtually of all these folks. So I want to tell you this story about what it was like for me before I got on my path to joy, or when I fell off and I got back. I have a very clear memory of a standard day, a standard time of going for a physical. Like everybody goes for a physical once a year. I went to the physical, and you'll appreciate this, Abena. It was a sister from Ghana that was the woman that took the blood pressure and did my weight. So I go in there and I'm talking to Abena, and I hadn't seen her in a while. And we get on the scale, and she took my weight and she looked at me and she said I was 204 pounds. And then all I heard was mwah, 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 mwah. I didn't hear anything else after that. I was like, I'm 5 feet tall. I weighed 150 pounds when I was pregnant. How I weigh 204 pounds? Like, what happened? There was this whole movie that went off inside my head, and I didn't know what was happening. I know, Jacqueline, that is it. And I'm just like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know what else Abner said. I go to my doctor's office. I don't know what my doctor said. I had my whole visit with the doctor, and he was talking to me, and I love him, Dr. Kakai. If y'all remember him, Dr. Kamal Kakai. And so we finished our session, we finished the doctor's appointment, and I'm leaving. I don't remember the appointment. He has an office, or used to have an office on 42nd Street. And I left, and it's New York. It was a 42nd Street Grand Central office. I walk out of the building and I go outside, and it's rush hour, and there's all these people going, and I'd held myself together, and I got outside. And as soon as I got outside, I fell against the building and I started crying. I started bawling. I'm standing outside, I'm leaning against the building, and I'm crying from my gut. I'm ugly, snot nose, crying on the side of a building. And at the side of the building, and then I'm just going. And then I was like trying to figure out what I could do. And, I talk about my grief toolkit. I had glasses, I put on my glasses, and I'm trying to get myself together. But in my head, I'm going, how did you let this happen? How did you let yourself go? How come nobody told you? You've been buying bigger clothes. There's this whole negative story going on in my head. I don't know who was talking to me, but it felt horrible. And I'm still just in my head against the building, and people are passing by, and a woman comes up to me and she rests her hand on my shoulder, and I open my eyes and I see her, and she handed me a tissue. And I was like, oh my God, I have hit rock bottom. A random stranger on Grand Central on the side of the building stopped, touched me, and handed me a tissue. Now, in my current state of mind, what a blessing. Someone saw me, saw that I was struggling, saw that I was in pain, and they reached out. They connected. It was healing. But at that moment, I felt like a failure. I could not hold myself together. I'm standing on the outside of a building, feeling like everything was wrong. And it was at that moment I made a decision that something had to change. It was at that moment I decided I had to assess where I was, if my cup was full, and who I had given my power to when I no longer saw myself. I didn't see myself. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know how I got there. And like, even as I tell this story right now, my heart is beating out of my chest because I remember myself on the side of that building and going home and starting to plot in the back of my head, what can I change? So that was the beginning of me creating a conscious pathway to joy. So what I want to hear, because I see people typing in the chat, and I see that where you're all coming from. Say, hey, Raquel, and your mood, worried about the war in Ukraine. I feel you, Candace. I feel you. Tremaine, hopeful. So all of you, thank you for sharing. What I'd love to hear from you now, has there been a moment in your life, you can type a heart, or someone can come off mute. Has there been a moment in your life that was pivotal, where you felt like, I've got to do something different? Yes. Thank you, Dr. Kennebrew. Tell me if you want to speak, or if you're raising your hand to say you acknowledge and you felt me going through that moment. Because
I would like, I could speak if it's possible.
Oh, please, I would love to.
Okay. Something you said resonated strongly with me. And you said, I no longer saw myself. I no longer see myself. And for me, that really resonated. I didn't have the same experience you had, but I have had experiences where I no longer see myself. And I have been progressing through this book called the Book of Knowledge, or whatever, Steps to Knowledge. And one of the steps, it was above all else I want to see. And for some reason, that step resonated with me, but you just brought it home. Because we can get so caught up, even though we look in the mirror every day and we do all these things, but we no longer see ourselves. And so now when I hear above all else I want to see, it's not stuff outside, which is also important, but also see myself. And I think that's where the joy comes from, inside, not necessarily outside. And I had that little weight thing too with the pandemic. It wasn't as great as that, but I did, I actually weigh more now than I did when I delivered my child. So I understand how those pounds can, but my aha moment was how we can no longer see myself. There've been times when I no longer see myself, and
Yeah.
that made it for me. That was the joy. That was, you're connecting me with joy this morning. So thank you so much. I'm complete.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Kennebrew. I appreciate hearing your voice, and I'm glad that something I said resonated with you. Today is one of our shorter days, and I do want to go into sharing with you. And I'm actually going to ask the admin to drop the link in the chat, because I do want to stay connected with you. I do have some things going on. And if something resonated, since it did, and I see somebody else, and I'm going to ask to drop that link in the chat. And I also wanted to see, because you can pop your email address in, and I created something for you that you could do to see when you're losing your self-care. And if there's somebody else that wants to share, you can share that. You can come off mute. I saw some things in the chat. And so if somebody can share with me, so that link that Tiffany just popped in, even though it doesn't say my name, if you click on that link right now, you're going to be able to add your name to my mailing list, and I'm going to send you a self-care bingo board. And that's going to be something that you can use at home to help you keep track of when you stop seeing yourself. So on this bingo board, there are different things. So I need each of you to grab a piece of paper. And if somebody else, I'm going to ask, I guess, Tiffany, if there's some more to be shared in the chat, let me know if somebody else connected and wanted to say something. Because I heard from Dr. Kennebrew, because I want to share some things, but I don't want to, I did a lot of talking. So if somebody else wants to talk, I'm giving them a moment. I'm going to sip my coffee.
Sure, Dionne. So Jacqueline shared, I purposely make myself look into my eyes in the mirror in the morning. Maxine says, so much of what is being said is relatable. I have recently realized that I have not been seeing myself. Jen popped in from Facebook. Thank goodness Dionne had the presence of mind to make a decision to change her trajectory. And I shared that my moment was when I was laid up in the bed preparing for a surgery to heal a second broken bone in my body, the second one in 6 months.
Wow.
So within 6 months, I broke 2 bones in my body in the same leg. And so I had to realize that the physical breaks were manifestations of internal and emotional breaks. And I've been changing since then, 2 years strong, almost to the day.
Ashe, Ashe, give thanks, give thanks.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. So what I want all of you to write down, because what we need to come to, well, need is a strong word. What's helpful, and I see that, Candace, that you're constantly searching for your joy, is to have an idea of seeing yourself, but not just with your eyes, but in your mind's eye, and having something outside of yourself. So if you can write down, create a list, whether it's on your phone, if you have paper and a pen and you can physically write it down, what are some of the things that bring you joy? To give you ideas, I'll do some sharing and somebody can come up. So all of you, I had you type in the chat what your theme was today. And I saw hopeful, I saw worry, I saw grateful, I put happy, and all of these things. So there's an idea of where you're going. And then you take an assessment of where you are on a daily basis. But what are you aspiring to? Like, who are you? I told you that I am the chief joy connector, and connecting people to their joy is my superpower. So in taking stock of who I am physically, spiritually, above and beyond the body, the shell that I'm in, I wrote down a few things. So please, oh, we'll have to, pop that link in the chat, pretty please, again, for for Auntie Amadama, so she can type her email address in there, because I'm pulling from that link. Thank you, Tiffany. So write down what you are. So what I wrote down for myself were a few things: acceptance, power, health, joy. So if I had to look at myself, and for those of you that know me outside of this space, those are words that you would say, okay, I could connect to that, and seeing who she is. Zuhura, click on the link in the chat and you'll type your email address in there. But yes, I love that, radical acceptance. So I'm the queen of acceptance, the queen of joy, the queen of peace, and the queen of health and power. Those are 5 words that I feel describe me. So when I see myself not being outside, what does it look like when I'm not being accepting? I might be judging. I'm just going to say, because my admin is Tiffany, I might be like, okay, you know what? Tiffany said this, and I didn't appreciate when she said that, da, 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 da. And when you start that negative self-talk, or you're like pointing at people and you're making somebody wrong, or I don't understand this, and then making a list of things that bring you back to that place. So Auntie Amadama put 2 things already in the chat: bubble bath, walks in nature, travel. So share it out loud, write it on paper, and type it in the chat. I want you to have it for yourself. Facebook, Zoom, make sure you have written somewhere for you who you are, what it looks like when you walk away from yourself, when you're not grounded in your body. And then the last thing of what are things that get you back to the place. So, oh, that's so funny. Aquia Doreen typed in the chat, interacting with children. So I was really busy yesterday. I have a book coming out. Make sure you come back here next week. I'm gonna talk to you about that. And next week, Zahara, you cannot click that link, girl. There is this energy of anticipation and excitement, and I had all this work to be done, but I had the opportunity to go play with some babies, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the work after I go play with the babies. So I'm going to read out all these things people are typing in so you can get ideas. If you're in a place of sadness and you don't know what you need to do, your community, the Wake Up Everybody virtual community, is sharing things with you: traveling, alone time, massages, exercising, meditating, interacting with children, a bubble bath, walks in nature, all things: music, laughter, nature walks. I don't know if anybody on Facebook shared what gets them back to their place of peace. And I also make a short list. So let's see. We're going to put it in again. Tiffany, drop that link in so Zahura can get it.
I'm gonna take care of Zahira in direct messenger. I got you.
Okay, thank you, my love. I appreciate you. If anyone on Facebook has shared anything, please feel free to jump in and share for me, Charmaine. But all of the different things, oh, I just saw it from Facebook. Somebody said bubble bath, candles, essential oils, grandchildren, children, Indian food, and traveling. Yes. When I'm setting up for all of you, what you can't see that I'm looking at is a candle, a black onyx pyramid, citrine, rose quartz, and selenite crystals, a mirror, and a plant, all these things that will bring me joy. Jem said, you know what, I'm going to ask you to read the Facebook things. They're going by too fast for me to read.
Okay, I can read it for you. Jem said, living deliberately, essential oils, tuning forks. My grandbabies bring me joy, monthly massages, and saunas.
Yes, yes. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Exactly right. And I thought I saw another one I didn't read. There was somebody aside from Jem that I missed. Maybe, or I read that one, Indian food. And somebody said reading a good book and the sauna. So those are things. So everybody here, I'm going to give you a minute before I do something else, and to write down who you are. So I am the queen of acceptance, joy, peace, health, and power. That's who I aspire to be. That's how I show up in the world. And there are things that I know when I'm being negative, when I'm short-tempered, I've moved away from myself. If everything is bothering me, and then my list of things, create a short list that you can do and notice, start to become aware. I think someone's off mute again. If you start to become aware of changes in your personality, what can you do? What does that look like? So for me, my list, you'll see some of it on the self-care bingo board. Getting up, taking a shower, going for a walk, going to exercise. So having a bunch of things, and you can play bingo with yourself each day to figure out if you're winning. Are you doing those things? Do they bring you joy? And you might have to change your list, because my pandemic list, I had 5 things, and then I would generally, as long as I did 3 of the 5, the next day was good. Start to become aware of when things shift. Oh, you know what? I didn't go outside yesterday. I didn't exercise yesterday. I was in the same clothes all day. I didn't make up my bed. All of those different things make a difference. I see lots of stuff in the chat, and I'm going to ask someone to pop in and share. Maybe, you know what, Auntie Amadama, if you can come off mute. And I saw a bunch of things. I saw your name popping up. So talk to me. Share what some of your self-care tools are that bring you back to joy in terms of peace of mind.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was on Facebook and I had to join you on.
Medasi. So
Sometimes I get overwhelmed, and I feel like when I'm overwhelmed, I have to stop and take a breath and just realize you got too much going on in your head. Stop it. I might say a little prayer, and then I just calm myself down. I go within and I calm myself down.
Yeah. Taking a deep breath is a really big one, and you'll enjoy on the bingo board. That's actually the center one. It's like your freebie. Take a deep breath. Just stop.
Yeah. I find that I'm in my head too much, and I need to learn how to be more centered and in my body. Especially as I age, I realize you've had this body here a long time, girl. You got to take care of it.
And listening to your body. Tiffany shared that earlier, and I appreciated that when Tiffany said, how does she put it? Like she was breaking bones in her body. So she was breaking bones. So her body was physically speaking to her. So those are little whispers. Sometimes you'll trip. Sometimes you'll break glass. There are different things that you'll physically do. And you're like, ooh, wait a minute. Something's going off. Something's wrong. But okay, how can I come back? Can I take a deep breath? Can I go for a walk? Can I grab a jumping rope? Thank you for sharing that, Auntie Amadama. How can I get out of my head and into my body?
I want to add something else too.
Yeah.
I got a hula hoop.
Ooh.
And I keep it where I can see it so that I will use it. And so every so often I just take it and I go, it's a weighted hula hoop, and it's helpful. I find it helpful.
That's one of them things. we're not even going to go into a therapy session with Dionne right now, because I'm not good at hula hooping. I try and I practice, and I'm like, you know what? You got hips, but you haven't figured out how to hula. So
let's make a date.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Love you, girl.
For some of you, love you too, Auntie Amadama. Yes, thank you for that, Tremaine. Do you want to share that out loud? That was a really good one.
Sure.
Thank you.
I find joy in this community, Wake Up Everybody. And I also find joy in Be the Tree Rites of Passage, a program for women, because there I don't just, but other coaches and the leadership team, not just, co-create space for healing of the women, but I also get healed in that space as well. And I never thought that I would have enjoyed self-growth the way I do now. I wish I had done it before when I had the opportunity to, but nothing happens before it's time.
Ashe.
I'm ready now, I'm ready now, and I'm ready now. And I'm
Yeah.
complete.
Thank you for that, Tremaine. Now, what I will share with you, before we came on camera, in terms of being ready, I have to bring that into the space. And everybody where you are, say this, write it down. I am ready. I stay ready. I'm born ready. And that was something I bring my grandmother into the space, Bianca Monsanto. So when I said it, it was, I ready, I stay ready, I born ready. So that's the energy to come to it. And before you start something, to take a breath when you're frazzled and in your head and be like, you know what? I'm ready. You know what? I'm born ready. I stay ready because you are. You can add to your list of things that you've overcome. I share that particular story about the weight, not because of the weight. I was still dancing. I was still in a dance company because what Tremaine connected with, and as well as Dr. Kennebrew, that I wasn't able to see myself anymore. So when you can't see yourself, you might even need to take time to look into your eyes, to really see yourself, to look into your eyes and say, I love you. I see you. I know we're going through a tough time, or I know the world is crazy right now, but joy is my birthright and transformation is possible. So with that, type in the chat if you've written something down on your piece of paper or took a note in your phone. What is the 1, 2, or 3 things? What are they that you'll do to pull yourself from that place of negativity or sadness when you no longer see yourself, to seeing yourself? You can come off and say it, or you type it in the chat. And then, oh, it's 7:30 already. Where did the time go? Oh my goodness, Anna Palmer, sleep. That is such a big one. In the book, all right, I'm gonna let y'all see a peek of it. To create, to talk to someone, to sleep. So in my book, there's a section where I definitely talk about that, to see what it is you need, what it is you're missing. And sometimes you're not getting enough sleep and you're not getting enough laughter. Yeah, joy is your birthright, Zakia. Yes, Z, joy is your birthright and transformation is possible. Oh, I like that. Wendy, I feel you. Wendy says she ready like Freddie. Prayer, of course, Theodora. All of those resources are phenomenal. So I hope everyone here is take a peek at the chat. Sometimes you can save the chat to add to your list because you need that. And Candace, I'm not sure if you wanted to come off before I wrap up, because this was short and sweet. You're going to write some things down, who you are not when you become that person, when I'm like, pointing at people. So funny. I was just about to say, Auntie Amadama, nobody said meditation, because that's one of my big things. I was like, you know what? I will tell Roger's my partner. I will tell him, I'm like, okay, I need to go meditate for a few minutes. Like, I just feel this agitation coming up. And even pouring libation, I did that before I came on today, doing those things. Remembering your childhood. Oh, that's nice. The great parts, Jacqueline. The laughter. Sometimes you need sleep, laughter, and somebody put cooking in. You know what? Sometimes you're hungry. Sometimes you just need to eat something. Because I know that's me. We're like, oh, you're getting a little mean. Are you hangry? It's not a Snickers bar that I need, but food. Food is a good thing. If any of this resonated with you, in addition to that board, I want you to make sure, keep coming back every day. There's so much going on in the Wake Up Everybody community. I wanted to see if Candace wanted to share. I saw you type in there. Do you want to come off mute and share, Candace? You don't have to.
She said no, thank you.
Okay, good. All right. I didn't see it. So what Candace said was, I am the queen of joy. I create joy with simple things, meditate on love, meditate on self-care, and meditate on giving joy. That is one of the things that's a really good way to get joy, is to give it. You do something nice for somebody else, you pay it forward, and then you receive that same joy. A little itty bitty thing. You could buy a cup of coffee and pay for the person behind you. Like, I've walked in somewhere and it was like going to buy something. There's like, oh, somebody paid for that. I'm like, what? I was at a restaurant one time and somebody paid the whole bill for Roger and myself. So that little sweet thing, and had written a note and sent it to us. And I'm like, these random acts of kindness, giving somebody else joy will give you joy. All right, the chat is popping. Tell me what they're saying on Facebook or in the chat.
Okay, so from Facebook, Kaisha says, drink tea in the morning and experience the results, community self-care practices. Tending to my plants brings me joy.
Mm-hmm.
Adam says making his flavored syrups brings him joy. Yes, Adam. Can't wait. I want some of your syrup, Adam. You always talking about the syrup. You gotta let us know how to order it, how to buy it. Like, we're here to support you.
Thank you for saying that, Tiffany, because you see me making the face. I'm like, flavored syrups. What is this magic we're speaking of? Like, I need to have some of this magic in my life. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
What else we got going on here? Yeah, somebody said cooking. That was Jacqueline. Cooking. Y'all bringing me joy with this conversation. I'm curling my toes. Yes, your toes are happy now, Jacqueline.
oh, goodness. Adam, not just for us, you could throw it in the Facebook group and let everybody get on some magic. I want to, here's what, I'm gonna be full disclosure. I'm good about putting my business in the street. Full disclosure, I like always being mindful of where we are and who we are. I'm really excited to see Twana here and different people. I'm not sure who you are, Moto G. You could change your name or, share in the chat. If you have questions, oh, you're so welcome, Jem. I'm so happy I'm working with you as well. If you have questions for me, if there's something you feel stuck on, type it in the chat. But I feel good. Who is unsure? If there's anybody that has a question for me, because I made sure I had very little content for you today to keep it short for the long one. Oh, Jacqueline, it's so good to feel love. But if you have questions for me, I'll answer them. And if you're still feeling stuck on your list, I can support you here, or we can follow up later. Because it looks like this landed for you here on Zoom and in Facebook. But I want to make sure everybody got something tangible, something that you have written down, a note on your phone or physically on a piece of paper that you can lean into. All right, I don't see any questions. So good reminders, yeah. Oh, have a phenomenal day, Candace. So Candace, you know what? Pop on my contact information in here before Candace goes off. And Candace, hopefully you can come back next week. So I'll be sharing with you, this is the pre-release copy, and we'll talk about it next week, the 101 Ways to Live Life in Joy. That is my new book that is going to launch next week on March 8th. And I will be here with Wake Up Everybody because this is the family. This book was written inside, and as accountability, I told so many of you that I was going to launch it because I wrote it last year. And since we are accountable to each other in community, wanted to make sure that I came back to all of you first to say, I told you I was going to do it. I told you I was going to launch it, and I'm doing it. It's happening on March 8th. So if one of my admins from support can type my contact information in and then pull up the slides, I will take you out. Yes, Auntie Amadama. Thank you, Candace. So you'll have, you can find me. Here we go. Madasi, thank you, Jacqueline. So my special offer, if anything I said resonated with you, or you simply want more joy in your life, please use the link to schedule time with me for a complimentary breakthrough session. So that's easy enough. When you click on it, what will happen is it'll take you to my calendar and you'll be able to pick a time and you'll automatically get an email. And you can choose whether you want it to be a phone call or a Zoom conversation, entirely up to you. So please click that link. I am feeling extremely generous and excited about all that I've gotten from this community. So I have decided that I am not going to limit it. My only request, I didn't put that down, is that it's people that have not had a session before. My contact information, there's my phone number, 917-818-0542. The truth, I'm gonna tell you, I don't talk on the phone very often, but if you text me, I will get back to you. That phone number works on WhatsApp and text. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, there's my email address and my link tree. The link tree has my website if you want to take a yoga class. The link tree is kind of like a cheat sheet for the website where you can see everything. Like you could have even registered for me speaking today there. So it's always, you want to know all things Dionne, you go there. And then on our next slide, got to let you know what's happening tomorrow. So tomorrow, March 1st, can you believe it, people? We are starting the third month of 2022. We will have Martine, Where Your Mouth Is, The Art of Doing, Part 2. And then on Wednesday, March 2nd, you will have the beautiful Sally with a self-love meditation. I didn't put this on my slide, but just in case you missed it, I will ask the admins to type in the link for you to join my mailing list, and I will send you the self-care bingo board. It is beautiful, y'all, and I think it's helpful. Before we move on and pass it back, what I want to tell you about this that's not in, when I email you, you won't see this. I created this for a friend of mine that lost a baby during the pandemic, and we used it every day to help pull herself out of a depression. And I've been sharing it with individuals, and they said, you know what? More people need this. So you are, this community, my Wake Up Everybody family, will be the first people that are receiving it. Charmaine just put the link in the chat. When you click on it, you will be able to type your email address in, and then I will send a follow-up email to you. It's not automatic. I built it out myself, but I will send it to you probably today, if not tomorrow. And y'all call me on it. If you don't get the email from, be like, Dionne is not accountable. She said she was going to send me my bingo board. I ain't get my bingo board. So y'all call me out. So I hope you're here tomorrow, and I hope you're here for me next week, Tuesday, March 8th.
Thank you, Dionne.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Breathe, sis. Take your water in. I'm going to close us out. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Woo Nation, all new members. Welcome to a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. If this is your first time in session with us, please drop it in the chat. We want to acknowledge your presence and invite you to come back tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. This is the Wake Up Everybody schedule. We're live on Zoom and Facebook 5 days a week. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 a.m. and Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30 a.m. If you want a notification when it's time to hop onto one of these platforms and join us, please text the word Woo Nation to 74121. All right, for those of you who missed it yesterday, we released the title of our anthology. If you did see it, you're here for an encore presentation. Everyone, please sit back and watch the reveal.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke.
right, wasn't that fabulous? Thank you. Oh, gotta make it stop. All right. So we are now launching the I Choose campaign. The I Choose campaign was inspired by the Wu anthology, which is now titled Wake Up Everybody, a community's choice to learn, transform, and ascend. So everyone is now invited to share how they are choosing to learn, transform, and ascend every day because they participate in the Wu community. So you're going to click the link bit.ly/I choose Wu, and you're going to select which core value you are choosing to live by. So that will be dropped in the chat. Of course, you can go ahead and type it out in your browser and select how you are choosing to show up in your life. All right, this is our swag shop. Please shop us at bit.ly/Wu swag. Order your t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, face mask, your journal, your canvas tote bag, all of the great merchandise so that you can wear and rep your community and all of the great things that are happening with us here. Thank you, everybody. And here's how you stay in touch. Register weekly at bit.ly/wake up movement. You can see the lineup of facilitators and topics that will be discussed each week. Join us on Facebook at bit.ly/Wu community. This is our private page, or bit.ly/Wu Nation. This is our public forum. On Instagram, we're at Wake Up Everybody Virtual. On YouTube, bit.ly/Wu on YouTube. And of course, you can email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. We are always looking for more admins, facilitators, ideas. We would love to hear from you. At this time, I encourage everybody to come off of It is time to rain love, abundance, and appreciation on Miss Dionne. Thank you so much, sister. I am choosing
Thank
to
you,
enjoy my day with
thank
you.
you,
Thank you, Dion, for the
Dion.
great
Thank
presentation.
you. Have a
On
Thank
blessed
such
you.
day.
an
And to
gracious
you,
Thank you for
and
sharing your
blessed
and
joy
your
with
day.
us.
family.
I
Great day,
You
love
are so
it.
everyone.
I
beautiful
love
the way
it.
you
I'm
Thank
speak in
looking
your
forward
book,
to
you.
my
sharing your
bingo.
joy with the
Thank
world.
You,
Wow.
Everybody.
thank
you.
Yes,
you.
Dionne.
You
Yes.
Purchase
Blessed
your
day.
See y'all, everyone.
Yes,
book.
with
Thank
love.
you.
Thank you,
Congrats.
Dion.
Thank
It's a pleasure
you
as
for the
always.
joy. Thank you for
This
the
is
love.
beautiful.
Thank you
Have
for
a
walking
blessed
your talk,
day,
Dion.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love you.
Love you. Hugs and
Love y'all.
kisses.
Love y'all. Love y'all.
Yes. Woo, woo,
Family,
woo,
love
woo.
y'all. That's the joy keeps
Yes,
giving.
yes. Our praises due.
Mwah,
Congratulations.
mwah, mwah. Love y'all,
Hugs
family.
and kisses.